Welcome back to another edition of this Toronto Blue Jays Career Sim. I'm JayBlue at Jays From Away on Twitter, and welcome to the General Manager Games channel on YouTube. And here we are, June 14th. We have set up our minor league system with the draft. I've released a bunch of players just to clear some room, but we still, if we take a look at our minor league rosters, we still have a ton of pitchers down there, especially in Vancouver, Bluefield, the Gulf Coast League. If you see here, Vancouver, we have 23 players. For the pitching side of things, Jack Perkins, I think he's our third round pick this year. He's our sort of number one guy. Ian Bedell, he was a draft pick last year, a second rounder. Ethan Smith was a draft pick last year, a fifth rounder. Kendall Williams, Blue Jays draft pick from, he was second rounder, I believe, in 2019. And Keyshawn Askew, he's a new pitcher. He's 27th round pick, but he's seems to be good enough to be a starter. But 23 guys, so we may end up hacking that down a little bit before the end of the season. I may live with it for the season, but definitely going to cut that down before next year. Lineup side, we only have 16 guys, which is good to see. We have enough guys for the positions. Grant Holman here is a two-way player, and so he's a backup first baseman. He's going to play some first base. We have Francisco Ruiz as our everyday catcher. Bobby Seymour is going to get a chance to play first base every day. He's going to DH every day. We have, where is he? Tony Bullard, third baseman, but he's going to play first base every day. Another draftee. Orelvis Martinez will play shortstop every day, and we'll see how he does with the bat. He didn't really take to the level well after getting promoted. He's just 19 years old, so 19 in Vancouver, that's a great sort of level to be at. So I want to see him tear it apart. And I think he can. I think he's got the development under his belt. We also have Josiah Miller playing third base. Josiah Miller was a draftee last year and had a solid season. 11 home runs for Bluefield last year. And I like this profile a lot, actually, as a backup guy. And if we can have him sort of be able to play both short and third, that would be very nice. In the outfield, we've got Desan Brown in center. Grant Richardson, who's a new draft pick. He was our second round pick this year. Grant Richardson's playing left, and Nick Neal is going to be in right. And we also still have Alberto Rodriguez, Jared Howell. Howell's a new draft pick as well. So that's our Vancouver Canadians lineup. Bluefield, we have 18 guys on the field. And again, I have moved some guys around, and I've released some people just to make more room, because it's getting really crowded. The lower we go, the more crowded it gets. Jose Ferrer is our everyday catcher. He was okay last year in Bluefield, so he's repeating the level. I'm expecting to see some big numbers from him, because usually guys will do better when they repeat a level. First base is going to be Trey Harmon. Trey Harmon is a new draftee. Harmon was the 10th round pick this year. He's a third baseman normally. Glenn Santiago, Blue Jays pick in 2019. Lucas Cook was one of our picks last year, and he moves up from the Gulf Coast League. Jose Izarra is a guy who's been in the system for a couple of years now. No, he was a draft pick last year, sorry. And he's looking like he's got some game. I mean, he's really high defensively. Decent speed, decent stealing, and some potential with the bat. Not the most, but some potential with the bat. Tommy Troy is going to be our DH. He struggled a little bit last year, but has some potential with the bat, especially. Decent defense too, but I think there's just not enough room for him on this lineup. Carson Wells, Brandon Fields, and Steven Rivas are going to be our outfielders. All three, I think, were picks last year. Carson Wells had a very solid season as a rookie in the Gulf Coast League. Same with Brandon Fields. Steven Rivas, not as good, especially on the power side of things. On the pitching side, Ben Hernandez was a draftee last year. Emmanuel Vizcaíno, he's been in the system for a while. Alejandro Melean, Brian Mejia, and Alexander Ayala. Ayala was also a draft pick last year. He was a 23rd round pick. Yeah, we've got some new guys, new Blue Jays on this team as well. Here we are, Hagen Smith, our first-round pick this year. He is going to lead this starting rotation. We also have Camden Minachi, who was a pick last year. Liam Norris, a pick last year. Philip Abner, who was this year's pick. He was a fifth-round pick. And Drew Dowd, a pick from last year. All of the three guys who are from last year, who are in the rotation for the Gulf Coast League Blue Jays, are guys who struggled last year, so they just did not earn their promotion. And our ninth-round pick, Keegan Allen, he's going to be our closer. He does have the potential here. I'd actually like to get him into the starting rotation just to get him more innings. So I'm actually going to set game strategy here and make him a starter, force roll starting pitcher. I do like having that ability to sort of stick a guy there. So Keegan Allen, he's actually going to be number one, but that's only because I'm force starting him. On the hitting side, Gary David is going to be our everyday catcher with Wilfran Astudillo backing him up, probably getting about even playing time. Caden Grice, who is a big bat, but can also pitch, or at least big potential bat. He did okay, well, not really that okay. He didn't do well last year in his first year, but he was also splitting time with pitching. I think I've actually turned him into a just straight up hitter. Yeah, I'm not using him as a two-way player. He's got some big power potential. Joseph Califat is going to DH. Again, big potential here as a hitter, and he does have the ability to pitch. I'm not sure. No, I don't have him as a two-way player, and that's deliberate. I mean, you look at this, I see that movement, and I'm like, movement and control are just like, I don't see that as a major league pitcher. So this grades out as a major league hitter. And, I mean, it's a little bit of a different profile for first base than you normally see. You'd normally like to see the power a little bit higher. OSA doesn't really see much different. You would like to see the power a little bit higher, but as a first baseman, if he has that 70i, and that develops all the way, and with 55 contact, 55 gap, he's going to be a 300 hitter, 290, 280 hitter, but he's going to have like a 400 on base percentage, and that is pretty valuable. 50 avoid Ks, and with a 45 power, he's still going to hit 20 home runs, and that with a high on base percentage, that's probably working out. If his batting average is high enough, that's probably like a 450 slugging percentage. So, I mean, that's a pretty solid major leaguer there if he develops the way I think he can. We do have some guys here who, will be struggling for playing time. Gavin Casas was a draft pick last year. He's going to be our everyday third baseman. Raquelvin De Castro, here's an interesting guy. He is not even in the starting lineup. Esteban Machado is taking the shortstop spot. Drake Varnado, our fourth-round pick, is going to play second base. And so he's actually better at second base, just slightly. And in the outfield, we have Robbie Ashford, Trey Carter, and Alfredo Chacon. And Chacon, of course, was our $5 million guy in the international free agent pool. And if we look down in the Dominican Summer League, we don't have a lot of big, and they've already been going, you can see here. Oops, that's the front office. They've already been going for about a week and a half, and they're actually pretty darn good so far this year. They've got a 7-2 record. Now, the interesting thing, we've got a lot of guys repeating, but if we look here at the rosters and transactions, a lot of guys with that sort of 1.5 star potential, not a lot of pitching with that, but a lot of position players sort of with that 1.5 star. Here's a couple guys with 2 stars, Victor Arias. He's repeating the level, and Ramon Ibarra is his first year. Now, and Starlin Beltre, he's also repeating the level. It's going to be tough. We have a lot of outfielders in the Gulf Coast League, so it's going to be tough to promote these guys. they may, spend another year in the DSL and then go straight to Bluefield or straight to Vancouver even, especially if they're about 19 by the time we get there. So that's the look at the minor league system. I didn't want to do all the reorganization in front of everybody just because it was going to maybe bore everybody to death. So that's the way things look. Let's head back to our front page and let's start the sim. We've got Hyunjin Ryu against Masahiro Tanaka, a couple of Southeast Asian pitchers. And we're going to, I've forgotten how to do this. We're going to sim the game tomorrow. So now we've simmed the day, and now we'll sim the game. And it's another win for the Blue Jays. Again, we're on a fairly decent hot streak. If we look at our schedule, we've won more than we've lost in the month of, whatever month this is, June. And we take a look. We had a really solid game from Ryu. 7 innings, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. Wilmer Font, Shun Yamaguchi throwing 1 pitch, getting 1 out. And Ken Giles finishing it off. Got Giles with his 19th save. Great investment there. On offense, we had Bo Bichette, still struggling, but he went 2 for 5 with a double. Vladdy Guerrero, 2 for 2 with 3 walks and an RBI and a double. Nice game for him. Yusniel Diaz, 2 for 3. Forrest Wall is slumping a little bit. He went down 2, but I think that 377 OBP is fantastic. So I'm very encouraged by that. And Jonathan Lucroy and Santiago Espinal with some production here. And so that gives us some nice momentum. Hopefully we can get a good game out of Paul Campbell. This is going to be, I think, his second major league start. Maybe his first major league start. Let's just see if he made the major leagues before. No, so this is his first major league start. We'll have the take the first ball out of play so he can keep that. And let's see what happens to Campbell in his first major league start. It was a loss, a 4-1 loss, so not like we were just demolished. We have a message here. That's Brett Conine. I was thinking it might have been Griffin Conine, but no. Masahiro Tanaka just owned the Blue Jays 8 2/3. Paul Campbell, not bad, 10 hits, but only giving up 2 runs, including 1 home run, 4 strikeouts over 7 innings. So not a bad outing for Campbell in his first major league start. Rafael Dolis and Danny Jimenez both gave up a run. Bo Bichette did hit a home run for the Jays, 1 for 4, and Yusniel Diaz with a double. He was 2 for 4. All right, so far we are 1-1 in this series. We split that series. That series is over. Now we are at the Cincinnati Reds facing Sonny Gray with Matthew Boyd on the mound. And it's another loss, a 4-1. We haven't played that game yet. Get faked out by that. Okay, it is another loss. It's a 4-3 loss against the Reds, but that's a 15-inning. Wow, 15-inning game. And in fact, all the runs but 2, 1 on each side, were scored in that 15th inning. Kevin Biggio had 3 hits, 3 for 7, including a home run. And Matt Boyd, great game for Boyd. 8 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Only gave up a solo home run, that was all. Wade Davis, Ken Giles, both had excellent outings. Danny Jimenez, a comeback outing. After a rough outing the other day. Amir Garrett, no runs here, and Rafael Dolis took the loss. Matthew Boyd voted the player of the game. All right, Nate Pearson is on the mound facing Tyler Mahle. Mahle? Anybody know how to pronounce that? We lost the game, I think. Yeah, we lost the game 4-3. We have a trade proposal. They're offering us Stephen Layton, who's a very, very marginal minor leaguer, who has absolutely no hitting potential, and they want Sean Reed Foley. Sean Reed Foley is not doing great this year. He's doing worse than he did last year in Buffalo. I think GM Ross Atkins is very wise, and I'm going to say discuss trade. Maybe there's a better prospect they can offer us. Wilderd Patino What do you think? That's not a fair deal. Okay, what about JB Bukauskas? What do you think? This is a good deal. This is not close. So, interesting. Oh, he's a... Is he on a major league contract? I think he's on the 40-man. The control isn't great. But, I mean, neither is Sean Reed-Foley's. There's a little more upside with Bukauskas. But Bukauskas is... How old? So he's 25, getting close to 26, and he's 24, getting close to 25. Anyway, I mean, I'm really not considering anything in this range. I mean, maybe Christian Robinson, who's injured with a torn groin. He does have some potential. And he's only 20. He cannot be dealt. He's injured longer than 7 days. So that can't be done. So I may wait a little bit and try to make that trade when he's healthy, if they'll go for that. Okay, so we did lose the game 4-3. These close games are killing me, man. Nate Pearson, good outing. It's the bullpen, man. It's the bullpen. Nate Pearson, 1 run on 4 hits and 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. Dolis and Garrett gave up runs, Garrett especially. At the plate, 2 hits for Yusniel Diaz. Nate Pearson with a hit. Good for you, Nate Pearson. That's a home run for Nate Pearson. Congrats to Nate Pearson on his first Major League home run. That's awesome to see. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., 1 for 4. Billy McKinney hit a home run as well. Great to see Nate Pearson hit a home run, even if it's in a loss. That's pretty awesome. All right, we've got... on the mound, we've got Tanner Roark, the black hole where the Blue Jays go to die. And, yep, that's another loss. And Tanner Roark, 7 runs. Yamaguchi, look at that, 3 1/3, 3 strikeouts. Wilmer Font, Danny Jimenez. The bullpen came through in this one. But the offense wasn't fantastic. And Tanner Roark just choked. So, what do we do about Roark? And Biggio had a good game there. 2 hits. So, Roark is just getting destroyed. He's got an 8.38 ERA. I just want to release him. I want to get rid of him. I'm done with Roark. He's going to add $6 million to our expenses. I don't care. We'd have to pay him anyway. He'd be sucking it up. At least now I can get somebody who doesn't stink. Well, maybe somebody who stinks, but maybe not as bad. So let's go down to Buffalo. Buffalo pitching staff. And so who do we have here? I'm going to take that... I'm going to take Thomas Hatch off the starting pitcher, so he's going to go into the bullpen. Now, that is strange. I want all pitchers. Okay, so we have Zach Eflin, who is actually doing very well. We have Sean Reed-Foley, who I really like the strikeout-to-walk ratio, and Eflin is 27. Is Eflin on the 40-man? I may have last option year, option use this season, road right. Yeah, so he is on the 40-man. Sean Reed-Foley, Spencer Turnbull is doing okay. Kaz Tsutsumi, tons of strikeouts here. 165 ERA. But, yeah, I think Sean Reed-Foley is going to be the guy. Julian Merriweather, if I needed a reliever. And that may be soon. Also, a reliever, Jordan Romano is here and doing very well. So, I do have some guys who definitely deserve a shot, but I wanted to give Sean Reed-Foley another shot. And then next is going to be Zach Eflin and Spencer Turnbull, at least for starters. And then for relievers, Julian Merriweather is probably 1 or 2. Jordan Romano is also up there. So back to Toronto. And Sean Reed-Foley takes over as the number 5 guy. We're going to have Hyunjin Ryu on the mound in the next one against, and we're just going to finish the day, and we have, it played the game. Okay, so we played the Los Angeles Angels, and we lost 9-8, another 1-run loss. Hyunjin Ryu, 6 runs, but 2 were earned. Wilmer Font, Garrett, Meza, everybody got into this one. Meza, Dolis, Ken Giles gave up a run, but he pitched 2 innings. Danny Jimenez finished it. Probably walked in the winning run. No injuries for us. They had a couple injuries. Billy McKinney with a home run. Luis Garcia with a home run. Garcia was 2 for 6. McKinney 2 for 6 with 3 RBI. This game went 13 innings. 13 innings. That's why everybody and the kitchen sink got in to pitch. Kevin Biggio, another 2-hit game. So he's been having some multi-hit games here. He had 2 doubles in this one. Vladdy Guerrero with a 2-hit game and 3 walks. That's definitely helping his OBP. Is up to 379 in that category. Randall Grichuk with 3 walks and a couple of hits as well. All right, Paul Campbell back on for another outing. He is facing Shohei Ohtani. And now, actually, we can go check out the Gulf Coast League. I think the GCL has started now. Yeah, they lost their first game. We had 3 hits. 3 hits from Esteban Machado. Really nice game for him to start his season. He's hitting 1,000. Alfredo Chacon, he hit a home run in his first game, going 1 for 4. He didn't hit anyone last year, so this is his first home run as a professional. Juan Pizarro, a couple hits, and Gary David with a couple hits. Caden Grice with a hit. On the mound, Keegan Allen. So he's the guy who was originally the closer, but we wanted to give him more innings. So we set him to be a starter, and he threw 7 scoreless innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 walk. Brandon Smith, Drew Dowd, he gave up 2 runs, and Argeny Ortiz giving up a run. So that's the opening game for the GCL Blue Jays. The other teams don't open until, I believe, next week. In fact, yeah. So the other teams don't open up till next week, and or even the end of this week. I think the Canadians open up on the 25th. So we head back to the homepage. We see Paul Campbell is taking on Shohei Ohtani. And it's another loss, but it's a 1-0 loss. Hard luck for Paul Campbell. That's his second good start without getting anything to show for it. 7 1/3, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and Shun Yamaguchi finishing it off. Bo Bichette with a double. They just couldn't get anything going off Ohtani. Guerrero had a couple hits, Bichette with 3 hits, and Santiago Espinal with the only other hit. Griffin Canning versus Matthew Boyd. And we have a trade proposal. Malik Smith, a center fielder, a lot of speed for Malik Smith. He's got some pop, not some pop, but he's got some extra base power. He's got some home runs, and that's in Las Vegas, which is really one of the worst worst pitching environments in baseball. And Speedy Smith, but I'm not giving up Alfredo Chacon. That's pretty ridiculous. Respond to message, reject trade. Oh yeah, we reject the trade. So in our game here, though, we did win 10-6, so we're back on the winning side of things, but it hasn't been a great sim. Mike Trout was held to 0 for 4. Matthew Boyd, he did not get far, but the bullpen was generally very good. Wade Davis, Tim Meza, Shun Yamaguchi, who's become really a go-to guy in the bullpen, so really interesting to see. Forrest Wall, our player of the game, 2 hits, and those are both home runs for Forrest Wall, 4 RBI and a walk. Vladdy Guerrero, 2 hits. No home runs for Vladdy, but Santiago Espinal did hit a home run. Jonathan Lucroy did hit a home run. Randall Grichuk did hit a home run. He was 2 for 5 as well. So a really nice game here for the offense overall. And it's like, where is this? Like, why are we not getting that all the time? So let's take a look now down in our GCL. And we've split 2 more games. In our first one, Drake Varnado. Drake Varnado, our fourth round pick this year. 3 for 5. No home run there, but 3 for 5. Esteban Machado, 4 for 5. He is hitting .875 on the season in those 2 games. Alfredo Chacon, another 2 hits. Casas with a hit and a few RBIs. Joseph Califat with a double and 3 RBIs. Big game there. Hagen Smith, he's strained his back. Our number 1 draft pick strained his back. So hopefully he is going to be better for his next start. Cole Wagner, another first year. That's weird. He might be one of these two-way guys. Yeah, Cole Wagner is a two-way guy. His pitching stats are here. But if we look at his batting stats, he hasn't actually played in a game as a hitter yet, but he can play right field. Cole Wagner, solid outing there in relief. Yuri Sanchez gave up a run in 2 innings. Edgar Castro and Brian Behardy Meza. Esteban Machado, another player of the game. And in the 8-7 loss, Esteban Machado 1 for 2. His batting average falls to 800, but he walks 3 times. Casas was 2 for 5. Wyatt Langford, 1 for 1. Drake Varnado, he came out of the game. Was he injured? The answer is no. Drew Dowd was ejected. Camden Minacci, not a great outing. Frank Medina, Roddy Sanchez, Brandon Smith. So he's another two-way player. He comes in for 1 outing. Drew Dowd and Argeny Ortiz. Argeny Ortiz has been really rough this season so far. All right, back to the major leagues. It is the Thursday, and I just want to check the Vancouver Canadians schedule. I think they open up tomorrow. They open up today, so today is the opening game for the Vancouver Canadians. And today we have Nate Pearson against Corbin Burns facing the Milwaukee Brewers at home. So we're gonna have the DH, and we have a personal message. And the result of the game is going to be tomorrow, so the game is not quite yet. Review of our goals: upgrade Vladimir Guerrero. He's not quite a top 6 guy. Ranked higher, improved team stats. Wanted to work on batting average. We're not doing well there. Increase in attendance, so that's not bad. Increased profit. These seem to be on track. Building the farm. But we're getting close, so he sees the progress there. Top 100 prospects. Austin Martin. In real life, the Blue Jays first-round draft pick this year. He is ranked number 1. Our guy, Nick Gonzalez, because Austin Martin was not available when I think he went first overall, actually. He was 1-1. First overall to Detroit. We picked Nick Gonzalez. I think he was the best guy available at the time. He is ranked 9th. And so we have some of these guys who are expiring contracts. I wonder if we can offer extension to Nick. Pete Walker. Sure. Guillermo. Hey, I like how we get the feedback right away. Donnie Murphy. And I like the fact that we can do this mid-season, and so that we don't have to worry about it once we get to the off-season and have a million guys. Okay, he doesn't want to stay in Vancouver, so we're going to need to get a new pitching coach there. So I mean, I like the fact that we don't have to we get that notification mid-season. We can offer them the contracts and not have to worry about it. Okay, so Vancouver, here we are. Here, what happened in their opener? Desan Brown was 2 for 5. Home runs for Francisco Ruiz and Grant Richardson. Grant Richardson was 2 for 4. He's one of our draftees from this year, I think 2nd-round pick. Bobby Seymour was 2 for 4. He hit a triple. Nick Neal and Jose Rivas hit doubles. On the mound, Jack Perkins, one of our draft picks from this year. He's a 3rd-rounder. Jack Perkins, 2 2/3, 5 runs, 3 earned. Abe Becker, and that's Austin Becker, I think another draftee from this year, 2 runs, and Connor Santala gave up a run. So not the best opener there. All right, here we go. Nate Pearson on the mound. And Rafael Dolis, injured. He's out for 11 to 12 months. We have Anthony Kay, who has one more day on the injured list. So we're going to put Dolis on the 60-day. So that actually opens up a spot. And we've had a couple guys here in Buffalo that we have been hoping to get back to the majors. So Jordan Romano is one of them. Julian Merriweather is another. Julian Merriweather is right now not on the 40-man roster. So I'm going to make it Jordan Romano. Romano is on the 40-man roster, so that is going to help. Pitching, we have 13 players. Ask bench coach for staff. Oops. That's okay. Jordan Romano is our closer, but I had set him to, so I don't want to, I want to unset him to, I think I'd set him to be the closer in Buffalo. I wanted him to do that there, but I want him none here so that Ken Giles is actually our closer. Look at that. That's exactly what we want. We want to go down to Buffalo, 13 guys, and there you go. Trent Thornton's another guy who could probably come back up. He hasn't been great, but okay. So Toronto Blue Jays, Dolis is on the injured list. We lost 5-4, by the way, after all that. We did lose. Still, another good outing by Pearson. Dolis got hurt. Amir Garrett gave up a couple runs. Wade Davis gave up a run. Wilmer Font. Offensively, Vladdy Guerrero hit 2 doubles. Luis Garcia hit a home run. Calvin Biggio hit a home run. Guerrero 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Garcia 4 for 4, back up to the 300 marks. And Yusniel Diaz with a double. He was 1 for 4. So we're not getting a lot of production here from center field. He doesn't have a bad OBP, but he really needs to bring up the batting average so that we can get more out of him. All right, we're going to finish off the weekend. It's Saturday. We're playing with Sean Reed-Foley making his first start for the Blue Jays this year against Adrian Hauser of the Milwaukee Brewers. Dolis has season end. Yeah, we know all that. Here we go. It is a win. Anthony Kay is now eligible to come off the injured list. Anthony Kay is going to go to Buffalo for a rehab assignment. And I'm going to go to pitching Buffalo action update. And we're going to check out our 5-0 win. Billy McKinney homers twice. McKinney, I think, player of the game honors. 3 for 3 with 3 RBI. He had 2 home runs. And Vladdy Guerrero, 3 for 3. If you look here, he's gone 3 for 3, 2 multi-hit games in at least 5 in a row. Let's take a look. Yeah, multi-hit games, 5 games in a row. 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 5, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Vladdy is a machine right now, and he's up to 313, 394, 494. I want that. I want him to hit more home runs. He's only got 12. But Vladdy is a machine. He's really producing. And really, it was Vladdy and McKinney, and Bichette had a double. But other than that, it was Vladdy and McKinney who were really the engine of this team. And Sean Reed-Foley, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, no runs. Outstanding. Outstanding all around there. All right, Sunday. This is going to be the last game of our sim. We've been playing for 2 weeks now. And we're going to simulate our final game with Ryu against Lindblom. And it was a loss, 6-4. Ryu didn't pitch badly. It was the bullpen that coughed it up. Wade Davis taking the loss. Was not Amir Garrett who gave it up. Danny Jansen with a home run. He, again, is struggling offensively. Yusniel Diaz with another home run. And Bo Bichette with a home run. He was 2 for 4. Vladdy Guerrero with the first game in 6 games where he did not have multiple hits. Billy McKinney 2 for 3, so he's on a hot streak. And Santiago Espinal was 2 for 4. Okay, and that is going to be our sim, but we're not finished yet. No, folks. We have, Wade Davis is a day-to-day injury, but we have to take a look at the minor leagues. And so we're going to go down to the bottom of the minor leagues right now. We're just going to take a look at the Dsl Blue Jays. Again, they're playing pretty well, 14-8 now. If we look at our pitching here, who's pitching well? Pedro Acosta is pitching pretty well. He's got 21 strikeouts and 17 and a third innings, but 11 walks. Soany Martinez started off well, but he's sort of come back to earth. Sergio Carucci, but 6 walks and 7 innings despite 11 strikeouts. 129 ERA. This guy, Kelvin Perez, 20-year-old, second year, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts, and 7 innings. That's somebody to keep an eye on. I like that strikeout to walk ratio. 7 strikeouts and 4 1/3 for Steven Vargas. And that's probably it. So lineups, remember we talked about, we had a couple of guys, especially outfielders who were, had that 2-star potential. And those guys were Victor Arias. So he's actually putting together a strong season so far. Starlin Beltre was another guy. Very strong season for Beltre. He may get a promotion, maybe by mid-July. I might give him another month. Scott Agar, weird guy to be here. He's an Australian, so he's eligible. He's not hitting well. He's got a fairly low contact potential, but interesting. Robert Robertus is, his on-base percentage is okay, but not enough power for my taste. All right, let's go up to the Gulf Coast League. So the Gulf Coast League played 2 more games since we last checked in with them. 9-3 win here. Drake Varnado, another 3-hit game. Varnado with a double in this one. Alfredo Chacon with 3 doubles, going 3 for 4, 3 RBI. Home runs, no home runs. Drake Varnado hit a triple as well. Joseph Califat with a double. That's his, with a triple, that's his first triple of the season. Caden Grice 1 for 2. Esteban Machado, his worst game of his season. He's still hitting, he has another letdown of a game, but he's still hitting .563 with a home run. Robbie Ashford 1 for 3, but 2 RBI. So Liam Norris gets his season off on a decent start. 2 runs in 5 innings, 6 strikeouts. Alcindo Pontes gave up a solo home run, but he had 5 strikeouts. And Jose Quintana. All right. And against the New York Yankees West, the Jays lost 18-6. Oh boy. Philip Abner, new draftee, he gave up 7 runs in an inning and 2/3. He's a 5th-round pick. So not a nice welcome to the pro ranks. Everybody got hammered. Curtis Kohlwagner, he's another 2-way player. He pitched, didn't do well. He hasn't hit yet. Yunevi Polonia, Mark Civet, Yaifer Perdomo, and Behardi Meza all played. On the offensive side, just 15 hits. 6 runs, 15 hits. Varnado, 1 for 3. Emmanuel Sanchez, 2 for 2. A lot of pinch hitters in this one. A lot of our top guys had a few at-bats. Chacon with another multi-hit game, going 2 for 5. Joseph Califat, 2 for 4. Gary David, 3 for 5. All right, so that concludes that week for them. Bluefield doesn't open up until Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. Today is the 28th. And Vancouver has a full weekend of games under their belt, so we saw this game. So a 4-2 loss here. Desan Brown with a hit, Josiah Miller with a hit, Nick Neal with a hit, Tony Bullard with a home run. And on the mound, Ian Bedell, an okay start, not great, and Lazaro Estrada. All right, Game 3 for the Vancouver Canadians. We had Jose Rivas or Elvis Martinez with a hit. I think that's his first one of the season. Nick Neal with a hit, Josiah Miller. Doubles for Bullard, Martinez, and Neal. But not a lot of offense overall. Ethan Smith, a solid outing, giving up 1 run in 4 innings. Brandon Backman gave up 3 runs in 2 innings, and Winder Garcia 2 runs. And the last game that they played, a 6-2 loss. So it's looking early like offense is going to be hard to come by. Jose Rivas, a couple of hits. DeSan Brown or Elvis Martinez with 1 hit. Grant Richardson with a hit, and that was a double. And Francisco Ruiz with a home run. Kendall Williams with a good start. 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts in 4 innings. Grant Holman gave up 3 runs. This is George Arias Jr. giving up 3 runs in an inning and a third. Brandon Knarr gets injured. Lazaro Estrada finishes the game. All right. And the Lansing Lugnuts, we're going to just check out how the guys have been doing. In general, the last 2 weeks, a lot of losses. So who do we have here? We have batting stats for the scope of, let's go Midwest League. There we go. So now we can see stats. Yorman Rodriguez is having a solid year. Ryan Sloniger, Spencer Horwitz around league average. Nick Gonzalez is struggling a little bit. He is down to 259, 334, 398. 8 home runs for Gonzalez. Let's just look at his mood. He's having a good time. Yeah, he's enjoying himself, but he is not producing as well as we'd like. Angel Camacho, he is just killing it. Miguel Geraldo, below average, and Leonardo Jimenez below average. We only have 2 healthy outfielders, so Davis Schneider is getting some outfield time for the Lansing Lugnuts. On the mound, Adam Kloffenstein, solid, definitely much better than last year. I am close to promoting him. I'm going to give him another week or 2 to let the Vancouver Canadians get their feet under them, and then I'm going to see if there's anyone that can be promoted from the Canadians. Things are getting a little thin on the pitching side for the Lugnuts, so I'm not very inclined to just promote a guy and just try to get it. We have to have somebody to fill that spot. Gabriel Ponce is having a very solid season. A very good strikeout to walk ratio, almost 3-1. Same with Kloffenstein. Eric Pardinho has shown some improvement. I think his ERA last time we checked in was over 10. If we look at his last few starts, 1 run in 5 innings, and he had a 3 2/3 inning outing where he didn't give up any runs. But that's the one we like to see. But 5 walks, again, Pardinho is not, he needs to just find his way. We need, Felipe Castaneda is doing okay. We need to have some guys come up here to pitch. So yeah, we need to see some of these guys. And it may be some of the older guys, some of the Latin American guys who have been in the Blue Jay system for longer, who come up to help out the pitchers. So here's our pitching, here's our hitting, and let's move up to the Dunedin Blue Jays. The Dunedin Blue Jays are 20-47. They are pretty awful. It's a .299 winning percentage. Offensively, Tanner Morris is producing very well. And so is Rafael Antigua in a backup role. Justin Ammons has a 105 OPS plus, but I think a lot of that is in Lansing. Yeah, but he is hitting fairly well in Dunedin. And that's about it. Everybody else is hitting pretty poorly. Jordan Groshans with an 83 OPS plus. On the mound, again, I don't know what just happened there. We went there. Okay. So on the mound, I think we have an injury to Alek Manoah. Yeah, he's gone for 2 to 3 months. I was looking around and I'm like, where is Alek Manoah? We've got a lot of injuries. Maesi is gone. And I think at this point, that may be the end of his career. We'll have to see. Juan Nunez, Maximo Castillo, everybody's injured here. Alex Nolan's doing okay. Reuter Hernandez, since coming up from Lansing, has not done great. Josh Hyatt, not done great, but a good strikeout to walk ratio. Fitzstadler's okay. Daysbel Hernandez is okay. I mean, there's a lot of okay. Marcus Reyes in a very limited role. A lot of guys are just like okay. Like there's nobody. I mean, Bobby Johnson is probably the best one at 3 walks, like a 10-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. But so many guys are just really not playing well. New Hampshire, much better winning percentage. Elvis Luciano has rebounded and is having a fairly solid season. If you look at his last outing, 6 2/3, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. He had a rough outing the time before, but 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 7 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. We're starting to see some of that really good stuff there. Simeon Woods Richardson is also having a very strong season, a 4.09 ERA, but he has, 19 walks, 83 strikeouts, and he may be getting to the point where he's getting a little bit tired. He threw 110 innings last year for Dunedin. He's 20. His fastball has ticked up to 95 to 97. Really solid whip. Doesn't walk a lot of guys. So a lot of really good things here for Simeon Woods Richardson. Graham Spraker has also been really, really solid. Really great to see from him. In the bullpen, Turner Larkins, very solid work here from him. Brad Wilson, solid work from him. PJ Poulin has not been fantastic. Offensively, Gabriel Moreno is sort of coming back to earth. He's got a 116 OPS, 276, 321, 467. So he is sort of coming back to earth. Casey Clemens is hitting fairly well. Will Robertson, since his promotion, has been pretty decent. The numbers have dropped a little bit since the promotion, but he's actually keeping pace really nicely. So that's good to see from Will Robertson. In the outfield, Griffin Conine, since his promotion, has been playing very well. The overall numbers are fairly similar, with just a 30-point difference in slugging percentage. So that's actually really nice to see as well. All right. So some very positive things here in AA. And in AAA, we've already been looking at these guys. Anthony Kay had a rough rehab outing. Thomas Hatch is still in the starting rotation, even though I have not forced him into it. Julian Fernandez has taken over the closer role since Jordan Romano came up to Toronto. And here in the lineups, we're running low on players. Alejandro Kirk, a 112 OPS plus. Ryan Noda, a 103 OPS plus. So that's really nice. Ruben Tejada is leading the team in OPS plus, a 289 batting average, 360, 418. And that is the roundup of the minor leagues. Major leagues, we'll get to next week. But thanks for joining us, and we hope you come back soon. I'm JayBlue at Jays From Away on Twitter, and you're watching the General Manager Games channel on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.